Hey guys, I'm back with day 6 of Ethony's 31 Days of Tarot Challenge, and today's prompt is about the decks that we were finally able to cross off our wish list in 2017. I have 2 tarot decks and 2 oracle decks, and first it's the Corte Dei Tarocchi, which I was so fascinated with this artwork, and for such a long time I did not think that I could get this deck. I knew this was a special edition, and there were limited prints of this deck, and I knew that it was probably more expensive than what I'm used to paying for a deck. For a long time I didn't really consider getting this deck, and at some point before Christmas I started looking actually how I could get this deck, where I could get this deck, and how much does it cost. And I realized that actually it's not that bad. I decided that for Christmas this is the deck that I'm going to gift myself. So I ordered it. It came just before Christmas, a couple of days before Christmas, and I must tell you, it was so hard to wait and not open the box before Christmas, but it was worth the wait, and I just adore this deck. The artwork is fantastic. It is different from the typical Marseille decks or Pip decks, and the colors are just lovely. The cardstock is something different, and I love this long shape, this elongated shape, so I look forward to working with this deck finally. Another deck for which I waited a really long time is the Ostara Tarot, because the publishing date was pushed back so many times. I keep this deck in this lovely turquoise bag because it goes perfect with the color of the back for this deck. And this turquoise bag was actually included in my Botanical Inspirations deck, but I keep this in its original box, and I keep the Ostara Tarot in this lovely turquoise bag. So this deck was a little bit of disappointment for me because I don't seem to reach for it very often. I still love the artwork, but the cardstock is just very thick and it's not pliable. It doesn't work into my hands that well, and there are just other decks which I prefer to use nowadays. So even though this is a beautiful deck in my opinion, I don't use it very often. I don't know if I have ever done a complete reading with this. Actually, I think I just pulled cards a couple of times and just worked with the energy of the day. I think that was the most I used this deck for. But maybe in the future I will be called to use this more often. There were also 2 oracle decks which I was able to cross off my wish list. One was the Ceccoli Oracle. I have and adore the Ceccoli Tarot, and when this was available for pre-order, I did not pre-order it, and immediately after it was published it became unavailable on Book Depository, and it took several months to become available again. So I was waiting and checking and waiting and checking when it will be back again, and after a while finally it was there and I was able to order it, and I love this. It's great for healing work, great for inner child work, and it's a deck together with its tarot companion which I don't think I will ever want to part with. It doesn't matter if I don't use it as frequently in certain periods, but this is something that I know will always be there for me whenever some major issues, hidden issues come up, and I can work with that. So I'm very happy to have the Ceccoli Oracle. And the last one, I wasn't looking for this deck particularly, but I wanted to have a flower deck or a plant deck that I could work with plant energies. And by coincidence, I discovered this deck in a local web shop. And this is a deck combining flower medicine based on Bach therapy as well as color healing. This deck contains 2 sets of cards. Let me see, yeah, this way. One set is what I call the main issue cards. Here there are categories such as feeling despair, feeling insecure or fearful, or lack of participation, overcare for others, being overly sensitive. And even in these categories there are subdivisions, like being overly sensitive can manifest in hiding one's inner feelings or suffering from negative ideas. And there are different plants associated with these issues and healing. And here in the next set there are individual plants which can help with working with these energies, with these topics. And also there is a positive affirmation at the bottom of the card, just to give some heads up when I work with these. And the other interesting aspect of this deck is that there is a color therapy associated with these cards as well. For the main issues, the healing color is on the back for that particular issue. And for the other set of cards, there are 3 colors which represent the innermost is for spiritual healing, the larger circle is for mental healing, and the outermost color is for physical healing. And these cards can be used for meditation, and they are very unique, and I haven't seen any other deck similar to this, so I was very happy when I found this deck and I started working with it. And the depictions of plants are really beautiful. As you can see, they are quite simple but very peaceful, loving. These cards are just gorgeous. And I don't feel drawn to many other plant decks, but this is something that I see myself working with, especially when I have some personal issues that I recognize and I want to address. This deck was published by A.G. Mueller. So these were my main decks that I looked forward to getting and purchasing in 2017. I very much enjoy seeing everyone's videos of the decks that they got or you got, and I look forward to what will be on your wish list for 2018. See you guys next time. Bye bye.